This is part 1 of the Zentangle project instructions. Part 1 is just about creating a nice drawing that you will put Zentangle patterns in for the second part of our project. Your learning objectives for part 1 are to create a large and neat drawing, and also to draw 10 spaces for your 10 Zentangle patterns. You will need several items. First, you're going to need a piece of paper. Please use a blank piece of paper for this project. Do not use lined notebook paper. If you have computer paper, that is what I'm using right now. You will need a thick marker, a thin pen, and a pencil. You've got 3 options for what you can draw for your project. One of them could be a drawing from your imagination. Start with a square boundary, then draw the image from your imagination. Make sure you're drawing neat and large, then divide it into 10 or more sections. You could make a tracing. I'm going to trace my hand, so you could trace something that exists in real life, and then divide your tracing into 10 or more sections that you can put patterns in later. You can also trace a drawing. So you could print a picture off from the computer, or you could trace a drawing you already have, and then make sure you've got 10 or more sections that you can add Zentangles later. The third option is to draw a name. So make your border, your boundary. I'm going to write Mrs. Vraybeck's name because this would be a nice present for her, and I'm making the letters thick enough that I can add patterns in them. I'm making a second example as a bad example using very thin letters. Imagine how difficult it would be to try to put patterns in those letters, so don't make your letters too skinny. Choose one of these 3 examples to make for your project. You could draw a name, your own or someone else's. You can trace something, either something in real life or it could be a drawing that you decide to trace. Make sure you draw 10 or more sections to put the Zentangle patterns in, or you can make a drawing from your imagination. While you are working on your drawing, please remember that a Zentangle drawing process is supposed to be calming, and you're supposed to be practicing patience while you draw, so please take your time. If you have a nice drawing to start with, then you will have something you'll want to continue looking nice. So please spend some time working on your initial drawing. Then keep it someplace safe because you are going to be working on it for the next week's project too. This will be something we continue in part 2. We'll be filling in all these spaces with different Zentangle patterns. You'll be either creating your own or you can find patterns other people have created and you can copy what they have done. So part 2, we will begin filling in this drawing with some Zentangles. If you need supplies and maybe you don't have a pen at home to work with, maybe you need some paper, please talk to your parent about coming to the school and you can take an art kit from the school. I have some supplies that I can give out to students.